Chris Jericho likes to call himself the Demo God, but this week he may as well call himself the Demo Devil, because the key demographic for AEW Dynamite has went straight down to hell. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, and Dynamite has just delivered its lowest ever key demo rating in its usual Wednesday night time slot from 8 o'clock to 10 p.m. So yeah, not good news for AEW Dynamite. We always hear about how the key demo rating is the most important thing there is, that the overall rating doesn't matter. Well, if we stick by that principle, if we hold Tony Khan and Meltzer and Jericho to their word, then this is the lowest rating in AEW history. Non-preemption, because this is shocking. It's the ratings. It's shit, brother.
Aye, we got there in the end, pal. Yeah, the show was shocking. I'm not fucking surprised. Nobody tuned it. Everyone tuned it.
Now, why did the 18 to 49 demo not appear? Why did they disappear? Why were they not there? Well, that's a question that we'll maybe answer in a minute. However, it is the lowest 18 to 49 key demo in Dynamite's history. The lowest show was on October 8th last year, but that started at 9 p.m. and was opposed for the first half of NXT. So NXT also moved this week. I believe NXT was on Wednesday night.
Was it? No, it wasn't.
I think it was. NXT moved to Wednesday night this week. I'm pretty sure it did. There was a Trump speech on Tuesday night and they moved it to Wednesday.
No, it definitely didn't. I reviewed it Wednesday. So that's fucking...
No, it did in certain cities. It did, 100%.
In certain cities?
It did, certain states, aye.
Maybe it did, but I reviewed it Wednesday morning.
Yes, because it aired in some states, but in other states it didn't air till Wednesday. This is factual.
Well, that's alright then. What do you want me to say?
Get your facts.
Trump's all.
Aye, so if there's a Trump speech on, it was a State of the Nation, State of the Union address or something.
That was great.
Anyway, aye, so, yeah, like I said, just up, and also we had the debut of Evolve that was on Tubi. That went head to head with Dynamite. I don't know if that's going to be on every Wednesday night, WWE Evolve. If it is, then that could be another damaging blow to Dynamite.
What in the name of fuck's Evolve? I've seen Ava has been made GM of it.
Just another reason to stick the fucking Rock's daughter everywhere. But yeah, that's going to be...
Is she going to point to her fucking goosebumps?
That's going to be, I think, maybe on Wednesday nights going forward. Do not know. But Dynamite ranked number 8 in primetime on cable for the 18 to 49 key demo, and it did 600,000 viewers overall and a 0.13 in the 18 to 49, so just really, really poor. In terms of viewership, it's actually up 2,000 on last week's show, but in the key demo it's down 28%. Last week did a 0.18, this week obviously did a 0.13, as previously mentioned, and I'm going to assume that it is because of maybe NXT partly and potentially this new Evolve show. So either way, not good numbers. Shocking, actually, for Dynamite. Just, it's bad news after bad news after bad news. And when's the good news? When's AEW going to get some good news?
I tell you what, the good news has to start on Sunday. You change a couple of champions about. But not the problem is, right? We can sit here and greet about John Moxley and the fucking Death Riders, and you know what? Rightfully so, they're shite. But is giving 52-year-old our superstar Cope the belt the answers to all the problems?
I don't know, but I just think that you have to change it up because Moxley is so stale. In my opinion, the Death Riders are stale as hell. They haven't even been around that long, but remember when Moxley first came back, and maybe it's because they were teasing Shane McMahon, but Moxley was like...
We're still going for that?
Possibly, but no, but it was interesting for a little bit. You know, there was some hype generated around John Moxley.
Yeah, I know, but what about... My point is, what about Cope? What about Edge? Do you not feel like Edge is just so stagnant? This Death Riders thing has killed the company. And everyone involved.
No, I agree. Anyway, let's move into the numbers then for the Feds on YouTube. First place, 247,000. We have Rated R Superstar Cope taking out the final Death Rider member, Wheeler Yuta. So, I mean, obviously it's still doing better than everything else, but it's not great.
He didn't even take him out, man. He pinned him, and then he got him up. He went, "That's respect there, buddy." And then he fucked off to the back, and then John Moxley's like, "Oh, you've rattled my cage, and now I'm going to battle you. The cage is for you, for me to not get to you." But what, the absolute placement of this match was fucking retarded. It was like, I don't know what quarter it was in, right? But it was like the second match on the card. Why is this match the second match on the card?
Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Second place, 161,000. Before the match, AEW Revolution, Swerve and Ricochet signed their contract. Third place, MJF wants Hangman Adam Page in the streets of Sacramento, 126,000. Fourth place, 8-man tag, Ospreay, Hobbs, Briscoe and Cassidy versus Keith, Davis, Archer and Cage. Just a bunch of bums, 103,000. Fifth place, Renee Paquet sits down with AEW Women's Champ Toni Storm and Mariah May. I think Toni Storm's had a great run, but doesn't draw, don't she? Not.
No.
That is it's a hard, cold facts, but the women in AEW don't draw.
Yeah, it was the best thing on the show, but it'd be hypocritical for us to turn around and say, well, it's the end all and be all, because of it, drawing is 9/10 of the fucking law at the end of the day.
Look, there is sometimes you do get people that are good, sometimes you do get things that are entertaining and they just don't draw. And unfortunately, maybe that's why the women in AEW don't get main events. Maybe that's why they don't. Maybe that's why Tony Khan isn't so invested in it, because it just doesn't draw. I mean,
but you know what? To be fair to them, right? They don't draw, right? They don't. See in the clips, the proof's in the pudding here.
But I mean, even
Edge is top, but see when we look at the overall rating that the TV viewership gets in the 18 to the 40, nothing does. So what you could say is, see Tony Khan, man. See if you asked him, like, if you could start from scratch, or what mistakes in AEW would you change? I think the guy's that fucking wired, he wouldn't do anything. They almost need to start completely from scratch again.
But when you look at WWE, for the most part, I'd say the women's stuff draws the least as well.
No, I'd agree with that as well. Now, there is obviously a few exceptions in there. DIY, they fucking couldn't draw a dime. But for the most part, men's wrestling's always going to outdraw women's wrestling.
Yeah,
and that's just that.
100%.
Especially if you just focus on the wrestling aspect. If you focus on their looks, then yeah, they might stand half a chance.
Like Edge and Lita.
Yeah. But when you focus just on see when they're inferior to wrestling to the men, they're going to get inferior views, yes or no?
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think with the AEW fan base, I mean, maybe they just don't want Toni Storm and Mariah May.
Yeah, and that's another problem.
They'd rather, again, Ricochet or whatever, and
Ricochet,
Ospreay or whatever,
scissors, man.
And then we had uploaded like the following day. Switchblade Jay White steps up to Max Caster's Open Challenge. Megan Bain and Penelope Ford battle Chris Statlander and Thunder Rosa. And TBS champion Mercedes Moné sends a final message to Momo Watanabe.
Well, I mean, come on. How's this bitch held the belt for this long? Overrated bastard.
Yeah, what a waste of a run. Just flop.
How many people in AEW are on the big bucks?
Too many.
And not amounted. How can you have so many people on like 5 million a year and you can't keep your head above fucking 600,000 views? It's tragic, man.
I mean, hopefully Mercedes Moné's time as the TBS champion is numbered, but I've actually got a funny feeling that she'll win. I think she'll win the women's title before she loses the TBS title.
That's crazy to think. I tell you what, I think that's what's next.
What do you mean?
I think that's like the next feud. Mercedes Moné goes for the world title. Yeah,
probably. Mercedes Hogan. Anyway, guys, that's it. There's your numbers there. Not impressive, but we'll see Revolution this weekend. Not really getting me in the mood. I'm not really buzzing for Revolution. Is it on Sunday or Saturday?
Sunday.
I'm off Monday.
Don't give a hell, man. If I was working, this is my work. No.
Sunday night, I'll be there.
It's on Prime. I think you have to pay for it.
I'll be there.
You paying for it?
Aye.
Send us a super chat, guys.
Aye.
Fund us watching Revolution.
1999. Get it done.
Get it done. Get it paid for.
Right, we'll catch you in the next one. Wrecked here, so we're going to call it a night. Till next time. Peace.